Greetings, family, Empress D in nature. What a beautiful, sunny, warm day in Toronto, family. Oh, I hope everybody's well, and where you're at, you're getting out and soaking up the beautiful weather, especially in the spring. Oh my gosh. Anyway, excuse me, family. I hope everybody is well. And today, I want to speak about Mr. Shannon Sharpe. Okay, family? Like, now, I want to approach it from a different perspective. And this is building on a previous recent video, family, and we spoke about character development. I spoke about how Carrie Hilson inspired me to really think about how we are socialized and how it ends up shaping our characters. For example, our young men who are pedestalized at a very young age for their athletic prowess are not able to develop certain personality traits and characteristics because they're not afforded opportunities for character development, because everybody treats them a certain way, right, family? So Shannon Sharpe, which brings us to Shannon Sharpe. 50-odd-year-old man, at the time 19-year-old girl. Character development, family. You would think that at 19, you haven't been afforded enough time on the planet to develop your character. You're just kind of trying to find your way independent of your family at the age of 19. Whereas when you are in your 5th decade of life, that means you've doubled, tripled. You've tripled the experience and time on this planet, almost tripled. And so you have a perspective that it's far more vast than that of a person in 19 years of age. And so it's like taking candy from a baby. It's inevitable that that person with more experience is going to manipulate the person with less experience. It's hard not to. It's hard not to, because you're not dealing with your peer. You're dealing with somebody that's less than in terms of experience. And age is just a number, absolutely, and that can apply totally with respect to maturity. But it can never, ever speak to experience. Experience is a thing you have to go through it to gain it. So at 19, what experience have you had on this planet, family, compared to a 50-odd-year-old hardbuck man? It's not. It's beyond. It's really, family. So the reason why I bring that up is because clearly, in terms of character development, perhaps his character hasn't developed beyond 19, right? Even though he is in his 50th decade of life, 50th years, 50-odd years, even though he's there, he might character-wise be at that level of that 19-year-old woman. And you'd have to say that. It's either that or he's disgusting and just wants to manipulate people. And Sister Myra Moss, a beautiful elder teacher, she has opened my eyes to the fact that the abuse of power is the worst crime we can bestow on each other, right? And that comes in any form. Anytime you know better and you manipulate somebody that doesn't, that's an abuse of power. And that's the worst, that's the only crime on this planet universally, or the worst crime universally on this planet. Family. That's how I want to look at this situation. It's a really good case study in when people's actions actually demonstrate where they are operating cognitively, developmentally, characteristically. Because as you mature, there's certain things you want and desire just by nature when you get to those stages, right? There's a masculine and feminine principle for a reason, and it's not stereotypes, it's nature. Women gravitate to creativity, to nurturing. We have to. We're biologically the ones to bring forth the next generation. It has to be hardwired in us to be nature nurturers. Whereas men are hardwired differently. And that's okay. And so those traditional roles are what it's supposed to be. It's not to say that you can't make a balance of the two, and that's what the yin and yang is all about. You've got the big old white part with the black little dot, and then you've got the big old black part with the white dot. It's a harmony and blending of the two, the masculine and the feminine energies, right, within one being. So predominantly, people should be operating within their gender roles. It's just what it is, because we're wired to do so. And so I don't see what this big old fight is online between men and women. Both sides are trying to be accountable, self-reflective, that's all. We've got the manosphere blaming the women, and then we've got the womenosphere, or whatever they call it over there, blaming the men, and it's ridiculous. How about we blame what we can control, which is ourselves. Look at the role that we play within the situation and fix it, to see how this is going to fix the situation. And that's what both roles have to do, right? I don't know. I don't mean to be rambling, but with this Shannon Sharpe situation, I think that this situation has exposed where Mr. Sharpe, Mr. 50-odd-year-old mature man, really is functioning cognitively at a much younger level. I think that that's what this whole situation shows us, family. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. I love and I value each and every one of you. One love.